Reagan, thank you. We've talked a lot about this. The sound of gunfire sent people running in all directions inside the mall, trying to get out of harm's way. A lot of people ran into stores to take cover. Employees even reported locking their store entrances. Law enforcement say last night is a good reminder that there are a few actions that you can take to keep yourself safe. They tell News on 6's Cal Day that every second counts in these tense and dangerous situations. Cal.
Well, Tatum, officers say this is an example of how an ordinary trip to the mall really just turned into chaos. Officers say it is important for everyone to keep their head on a swivel, watch out for threats, and have a plan in case anything happens. An evening at the mall quickly turned into shoppers scurrying in fear in a parking lot filled with police cars.
That's not something anyone should have to go through, especially someone who is not around that, is not trained for anything related to that.
While most people don't have active shooter training, Corporal Daniel Gullett with the Tulsa County Sheriff's Office says people in these situations need to remember the words run, hide, fight. Gullett says those tasks should be remembered in that order.
Always stay calm, remember to breathe. The more you're breathing, the better decisions you're going to make because the lower your heart rate's going to be.
If you hear of an active shooting, you should take it seriously and get away from the area if you can.
Always identify your exits. You need to know where your exits are at, where you're at in the building, so that way you can get you and your family out safely.
If getting out isn't an option, Gullett says to find somewhere that will shield you from bullets. If you find an interior door, it's best to shut it, lock it, and barricade yourself inside. If that's not an option, your last resort is to fight. That means grabbing anything you can find to fight off that gunman. For large public places like the mall, Gullett says it's important to take every threat seriously.
It's always better to be safe than sorry. So if you do receive some type of news that way, if you hear gunshots or you hear someone yelling that there's a gun, you need to take it seriously and act accordingly.
In active shooter situations, Gullett says the first priority is for law enforcement to get inside and take down that gunman. If you're in a situation where you have to call 911, he says to be prepared to give a description and a location of where that gunman is. Live in Tulsa, Cal Day, Oklahoma's own News on 6.